Welcome to English Conversation Café. Learn English through natural conversations.
Hey, Haley. So, great news. I just need you to cover the Johnson presentation on Friday. It won't take long, I promise. Like 30 minutes max.
Sure, yeah, no problem.
Perfect. Oh, and also, could you write the monthly report? Dave is out sick, and we really need it by Thursday morning.
I guess I could, yeah, sure.
Amazing. You're honestly the best. Oh, and one more thing. The team lunch on Saturday? We're counting on you to organize the whole thing. Venue, food, the works.
Oh, wow, yeah, okay, sure. Why not?
Okay, I'm stopping. Haley, you just agreed to 3 things you clearly did not want to do.
I know. I literally watched myself do it and I could not stop. Like, the word no was right there. It was right there in my brain, and I just didn't use it.
It's like your mouth has a completely separate agenda from your brain.
My mouth is a people pleaser. My brain knows better. They just don't communicate.
That is a very specific problem.
It is a very common problem. And today, we are fixing it.
Welcome to English Conversation Café. I'm Max.
And I'm Haley, your friendly neighborhood people pleaser, recovering people pleaser. We'll see how this episode goes.
Today's episode is all about something that sounds simple but is actually really hard, especially in a second language. How to say no in English without being rude.
Because here's the thing. In English, how you say no matters just as much as the word itself. If you don't know the right phrases, you either sound too harsh, too cold, or you end up like me, smiling while agreeing to organize a team lunch on a Saturday.
Which she did, by the way. Real story.
Don't remind me. So, by the end of this episode, you're going to have real, natural phrases you can use right away. At work, with friends, with family, any situation where saying no feels scary.
And if this sounds useful, hit subscribe and leave us a like. It really helps the cafe keep growing, and we appreciate every single one of you who's here.
Think of it as saying yes to something that's actually good for you.
Beautifully said. Now, let's talk about why saying no is so hard in the first place. So, Haley, I know you have a story here, a big one. You mentioned the team lunch, but there's an older one, right?
Oh, there are many. There is an entire archive. But okay, there's one from maybe 2 years ago. A friend invited me to her cousin's birthday party, and I barely knew the cousin. Like, I'd met her once. Once. And my friend was like, "You should come, it'll be fun." And I wanted to say no. I was tired. I had plans. I just didn't really feel like going. But instead I said, and I remember this very clearly, "Yeah, of course, that sounds amazing."
Haley.
And I went. It was a 3-hour party on a Sunday afternoon, in someone's backyard. I smiled the whole time, and inside I was just a hollow shell of a person.
A hollow shell.
I was so tired, Max. And here's the worst part. My friend did not even care that much whether I was there. She wasn't counting on me at all. I assumed she needed me, so I said yes out of guilt, when actually, nobody asked for that.
That's the thing, isn't it? A lot of the time, we say yes because we're afraid of what the other person will think. We don't want to seem rude or difficult or like we don't care about them.
Exactly. But the truth is, most people are completely fine with a polite no. They just need it delivered the right way.
Right. And this is especially tricky in English because the language has so many soft, indirect ways to refuse something. If you don't know them, You might sound too blunt or even aggressive, even when you really don't mean to be.
Or you go the other direction and you become a yes machine. You just agree to everything because it's easier in the moment.
The yes machine.
That was me. Not anymore, hopefully. Okay, let's get into the actual phrases, starting with social situations.
Okay, classic situation. A friend invites you somewhere and you just don't want to go. Maybe you're tired, maybe you have other plans, maybe you just really need a quiet night in. What do you say?
So the worst thing you can do, and again, I have done this, is just say no. Full stop. Because even if it's honest, it can sound cold and a little harsh without any warmth around it.
Right. In English, we almost always soften a refusal with something before or after the no. So a really natural, simple one to start with. I'd love to, but I can't make it.
That phrase is so useful. I'd love to, but I can't make it. What you're basically doing is saying, I genuinely want to be there. The situation just won't let me. It shows you care, even while you're saying no.
And here's the thing. You don't have to explain why. That's what's so elegant about it. I'd love to, but I can't make it is a complete, polite answer. You don't owe anyone your entire schedule.
Right. No one needs your full calendar justification. You just can't make it. That's enough.
Now, another great one, slightly more casual, is I have to take a rain check.
Oh, yes. Okay. For our listeners, take a rain check means you can't do something right now, but you'd like to do it another time. It's like saying, not today, but I'm not closing the door.
It actually comes from baseball. If a game got rained out, fans received a rain check, a ticket to come back on another day.
I did not know that. That's actually really cool.
So if a friend says, hey, are you free Saturday night? You could say, ugh, I'm so sorry. I have to take a rain check. This week has been completely crazy. Can we do next weekend instead?
And it sounds warm, not like you're rejecting them as a person. It leaves the door open. That detail matters a lot.
Now, what about when plans are already made and something genuinely does come up? That's when something came up is your best friend.
Something came up is like the universal get out phrase. It means a situation happened, I have to deal with it, I can't be there. And the beauty is, it's vague enough that you don't have to explain everything in detail.
You'd say something like, I'm so sorry. Something came up and I can't make it tonight. Can we reschedule? The can we reschedule part at the end is important too. It signals that you still want to see them.
It keeps the relationship warm. You're not abandoning them, you're just redirecting.
Okay, what about when someone asks you for a favor and you don't have the time or the energy? Like a friend who always needs help with something, moving to a new flat, borrowing your car.
Everyone has that friend. Everyone.
So in that situation, something like, I wish I could, but I'm really swamped right now, works really well. Swamped means extremely busy, like you have so much going on you can barely breathe.
I wish I could, but I'm really swamped right now. And notice, I wish I could is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence. It's not, I don't want to. It's, I genuinely want to, but the situation won't allow it. Huge difference in how that lands.
Massive difference. One sounds like rejection, the other sounds like circumstances.
And one more for social situations. This one's great for invitations when you want to sound genuinely regretful. I appreciate the invite, but I'm going to have to pass this time.
I'm going to have to pass. Really natural, slightly casual, honest without being blunt. Works for parties, group trips, dinner invitations. Very flexible phrase.
Okay, let's do a quick recap of those. I'd love to, but I can't make it. I have to take a rain check. Something came up. I'm really swamped right now. And I'm going to have to pass this time.
Say those out loud after us, honestly. Saying them out loud is the only way they start to feel natural when you really need them.
And you know what? It also helps to just practice in low-stakes moments. Like, if you order something at a cafe and they offer you extra sugar and you don't want it, don't just say no. Say, I'm good, thank you. Or, I'll pass, but thank you. Get your mouth used to making these sounds in real life.
That's a great point. The more you practice the sounds and rhythms of polite refusal in small moments, the more automatic it becomes when the big moments arrive.
Exactly. Because when you're nervous, in a work meeting, with a friend you really care about, you need the phrase to come out naturally. And it only comes out naturally if you've said it before.
Right. Confidence in language comes from repetition, not from reading. Okay, Haley, we've given our listeners the tools, but I think it's time to put them to the test.
Why do I feel like I'm the one being tested right now?
Because you are. I'm going to play different characters, and you have to say no, politely, using only phrases from this episode. You cannot say yes, no matter what.
This is literally my nightmare, but okay. Fine, let's go.
Haley, hiking trip this weekend. 5 hours, full backpack, starts at 6 in the morning. You in?
Okay, I would love to. But I can't make it this weekend. I'm really swamped.
Are you sure? The views are absolutely incredible. There's this waterfall at the top.
I'm going to have to pass this time. How was that?
Perfect. Textbook. Okay, round 2. Hi, Haley. This is Derek from Accounts. Could you fill in the quarterly spreadsheet? Janet's on holiday, and we need it by end of day.
Oh, I wish I could, Derek, but I'm really swamped right now. Could we maybe find someone else for this one? I really don't want to rush it.
Are you sure you're busy? Because it won't take long.
Very sure, Derek. Very sure.
Magnificent. Okay, last one. And I want you to know, this one is mean. It's your grandmother.
You wouldn't.
Haley, darling. Your cousin's graduation dinner is this Sunday. The whole family is coming. I made my famous potato salad.
Grandma, I would love to be there. I really would. But something came up and I just can't make it this Sunday. Could I call you this week and we plan our own lunch? Just the two of us?
Nice.
How was that? I said no to a fictional grandmother and offered a counterplan. That's growth.
That was actually beautifully handled. And you just demonstrated something really important, the counter-offer at the end. Can we do our own lunch? You're not just closing a door, you're opening a different one.
Right. Because saying no doesn't have to mean I don't care about you. It can mean I can't do this, but I still want to connect with you differently.
That principle works in social situations and professional ones. When you can, offer an alternative. It completely changes the tone of the refusal.
Okay, social is handled. Now, work. Because saying no to a friend is hard, but saying no to your boss or a colleague, that is a completely different kind of terrifying.
It is. And the register, the level of formality, shifts a bit in professional situations. You want to sound respectful and capable, not like you're refusing work because you can't be bothered.
Right. You need to protect your time and your energy without damaging the relationship or your reputation. It's a tighter balance.
So, one of the most powerful professional phrases, and I love this one, is, I want to make sure I can give this the attention it deserves.
Oh, that is so good. Because you're not saying, I don't want to do it. You're saying, I care so much about doing this well that I'd rather not do it badly.
Exactly. So you might say, I'd be happy to help with that. I just want to make sure I can give it the attention it deserves. Can we look at the timeline together?
That sounds like someone who is responsible and conscientious. It frames the refusal as professionalism, not avoidance.
Big difference in how it lands with a manager. Now, another strong professional one. I'm at capacity right now.
Yes, I actually use this one now. I'm at capacity right now means your plate is full. You don't have bandwidth for more work at this moment.
And it doesn't sound like an excuse. It sounds like a professional managing their workload responsibly.
You might say, I'd love to help with that project, but I'm at capacity right now. Could we revisit this next week when I have more bandwidth? It's a no, but it's a temporary no.
Could we revisit this next week? Is a brilliant tag-on. Because in most professional situations, you're not refusing forever. You're just pushing back on the timing. And that's completely reasonable.
What about when your boss directly asks you to do something and you genuinely cannot? Like it's outside your role or it conflicts with something you're already committed to.
That's trickier territory. You want to be honest without sounding like you're challenging their authority. The key is to flag the problem and immediately offer to find a solution together. So instead of just saying no, you might say something like, I want to be upfront with you. I have a conflict with that deadline. Can we find a solution together?
That's such a smart reframe. You're not in opposition. You and your boss are on the same team trying to solve the same problem.
Exactly. And I want to be upfront with you signals honesty and respect at the same time. You're not hiding. You're not making excuses. You're being a professional.
And one more. This one is great for emails too. I appreciate you thinking of me, but I'll have to decline. It's professional, it's warm, and it's clean.
Perfect for when someone asks you to volunteer, join a committee, take on an extra project. Anything outside your core responsibilities. I appreciate you thinking of me, shows gratitude. But I'll have to decline, clean and final. No drama, no long explanation.
Which brings us to one of the most important general rules. You almost never need to over-explain your no.
This is so important. People who are uncomfortable saying no tend to over-explain because they feel guilty. They keep adding reasons, almost as if they're asking permission to say no.
Right. And a long, rambling explanation can actually make things more awkward than a simple, warm refusal. It makes you seem unsure.
I'd love to, but I can't is enough. You don't need to list every reason. You don't need to apologize 3 times.
Keep it short, keep it warm, and move forward. That's the whole philosophy in one line.
One more thing worth mentioning, tone of voice. In a face-to-face or phone situation, how you say the words matters as much as the words themselves. A warm, calm tone with a genuine expression makes even the firmest no sound considerate.
Yes, because you can say, I'd love to, but I can't make it, in a flat, robotic voice, and it still sounds like rejection. But if you say it with genuine warmth, like you actually mean the I'd love to part, it lands completely differently.
And that is the goal. The phrases we've given you today are the scaffolding, but your sincerity is what actually builds the connection.
Okay, I actually love that. That's a good way to put it.
Okay, before we do the cafe rewind, we have a question for you.
Yes, here's today's question. What is a situation where you found it really hard to say no? Maybe at work, maybe with a friend, maybe with family, maybe with your own grandmother.
Tell us in the comments. In English. We love reading what you share. And honestly, sometimes your stories are more entertaining than anything we come up with.
That is genuinely very possible.
All right, time for the cafe rewind, where we go back through the best expressions from today and lock them in for good.
8 expressions. And this time, say each one out loud before we move on. Hearing is good, saying is better. Ready?
Number 1. I'd love to. but I can't make it. This is your go-to soft refusal for social situations. It shows warmth and regret at the same time, even while you're saying no.
Example: I'd love to come to the party, but I can't make it this weekend. Now say it with us. I'd love to, but I can't make it. Number 2. I have to take a rain check. This means you can't do something right now, but you're open to it another time. You're not closing the door, you're just postponing.
Example: I'd love to grab coffee, but I have to take a rain check. Can we do next week instead? Your turn. I have to take a rain check. Number 3. Something came up. A natural, vague way to explain that life got in the way, without having to share all the details.
Example: I'm so sorry. Something came up and I can't make it tonight. Can we reschedule? Say it with us. Something came up. Number 4. I'm really swamped right now. Swamped means extremely busy. Like you have so much going on you can barely breathe.
Example: I wish I could help, but I'm really swamped right now. Maybe ask someone else on the team? Go ahead. I'm really swamped right now. Number 5. I'm going to have to pass this time. Casual, friendly, and honest, without sounding cold or dismissive.
Example: Thanks for thinking of me. I'm going to have to pass this time, but let me know about the next one. Now you. I'm going to have to pass this time. Number 6. I want to make sure I can give this the attention it deserves. This is your most powerful professional phrase. It frames your refusal as caring about quality, not avoiding work.
Example: I'd love to take that on. I just want to make sure I can give it the attention it deserves. Say it with us. I want to make sure I can give this the attention it deserves. Number 7. I'm at capacity right now. A clean, professional way to say your plate is full, without sounding like you're making excuses.
Example: I appreciate you asking, but I'm at capacity right now. Could we revisit this next week? Your turn. I'm at capacity right now. And number 8. I appreciate you thinking of me, but I'll have to decline. Warm, professional, and final. Great for emails, too.
Example: I appreciate you thinking of me for the committee, but I'll have to decline at this time. Last one. Say it with us. I appreciate you thinking of me, but I'll have to decline. 8 phrases, all polite, all natural, and all ready to use starting today.
And remember, saying no isn't rude. Saying no well is actually a form of respect, for the other person's time and for your own.
Okay, Haley. We started this episode with a role play. You agreed to cover a presentation, write a report, and organize a team lunch on a Saturday.
We don't need to revisit that.
I'm going to give you one more chance. Same scenario. Ready?
Ready.
Hey, Haley. Could you cover the Johnson presentation on Friday? It'll be quick, I promise.
I appreciate you asking, but I'm at capacity right now. I want to make sure whoever does it can give it the attention it deserves.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. What about the monthly report?
I'm going to have to pass on that one too. I'm really swamped this week.
The team lunch on Saturday?
I'd love to, but I can't make it. Take a rain check?
That was perfect.
I know! Did you hear that? That was me. A functional, boundaried human being, with phrases and everything.
I am genuinely a little emotional right now.
Okay, that's very dramatic.
That is growth, Haley. That is what 8 phrases can do.
Honestly, though, to everyone listening, if saying no still feels really hard for you, that is completely normal. Especially in a second language where you're already thinking about vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, adding, and now I have to be polite about refusing on top of all that is a lot.
But now you have the tools. Use them. Try just one this week, even once, and see how it feels. I think you'll be surprised.
And tell us about it in the comments. We genuinely want to know.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us at English Conversation Café. If today's episode helped you even a little, please leave us a like and hit subscribe. It truly helps the cafe keep growing, and we read every comment.
New episodes every week. We will see you at the next one, and remember, no is a complete sentence. A polite one, but still.
See you soon.
Bye!
Thank you for listening. We hope today's conversation helped you understand real English better. Subscribe and join us for the next episode.